And here in the United States, President Joe Biden has officially pardoned his son, Hunter Biden, after repeatedly insisting that he would not do so. The outgoing commander-in-chief made the decision just days before his son's sentencing in 2 criminal cases. Hunter Biden was convicted in July for possessing a firearm as an illicit drug user, and he also pleaded guilty in a tax evasion case in September. Here's the latest on the president's about-face.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
Since day one of his presidency, Joe Biden said he would never use his executive powers for the benefit of his family. But his past promises came crashing down on Sunday when the commander-in-chief pardoned his son, Hunter Biden, just a month before leaving the White House. In his official statement, the president said his son had been singled out and his years of legal troubles were a result of miscarriage of justice. Joe Biden's move came just weeks before Hunter was scheduled to receive punishment in 2 cases against him. In July, the 54-year-old was convicted of being an illegal drug user in possession of a gun. And 2 months later, he pleaded guilty to federal tax evasion charges. The gun charges carried up to 25 years behind bars and the tax charges 17 years. Hunter's legal saga came to light in 2020, a month after his father's victory in the presidential election, threatening the elder Biden's legacy for life.
For 6 years, I have been the target of the unrelenting Trump attack machine, shouting, "Where's Hunter?" Well, here's my answer. I am here. Let me state as clearly as I can. My father was not financially involved in my business, not as a practicing lawyer, not as a board member of Burisma, not in my partnership with a Chinese private businessman, not in my investments at home nor abroad, and certainly not as an artist.
The outgoing president time and again promised Americans that he would restore respect for the rule of law, especially after the chaotic first term of Donald Trump. Joe Biden repeatedly insisted that he will not pardon his son or commute his sentence.
With regard to the question regarding the family, I'm extremely proud of my son Hunter. He has overcome an addiction. He's one of the brightest, most decent men I know, and I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
However, speculation mounted that the president would issue a pardon after Hunter was seen with his father over the Thanksgiving holiday. Meanwhile, Hunter Biden said he accepts the mistakes that he made during the darkest days of his life, though he added that his mistakes were exploited to publicly shame his family for political sport. Notably, Republicans throughout this election season brought up Hunter's cases and cocaine addiction to attack Joe Biden and prove that he's a disaster as a parent and as a president. Now, after the president's decision to pardon his son, MAGA supporters say Joe Biden's move is not to prove himself as a good parent, but instead escape legal mishaps that might have come with Hunter's sentencing, especially with Donald Trump in power. Meanwhile, the incoming president, who was once hounded for pardoning his allies during the first term, also blasted Joe Biden for pulling this U-turn by misusing his position. With pardoning Hunter, it is clear that Joe Biden, who always claimed his entire career was based upon telling the truth to American people, finally gave in and chose his convicted son over justice.